Hello and welcome back to the channel. You've probably seen a few little videos on the few niggly bits or little bugs or things they need to sort out in version 3. We're on to version 3.4 now. Today you're going to learn, or I'm going to show you how I do my chops when it comes to large samples. Here I'm going to start it all again on this one, but it is just a way to get your samples working smoothly and get them so they're actually got a decent cross point, and you don't get any clicks and stuff like that. So here we go, let's dive into the video. Okay, so we're going to chop up this sample. First I'm going to create a new track. It's going to be a drum track. Right, it's going to browse, find our sample. I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. Clear pads. MIDI trick bass 1268B2. So let's go here. There we go. We've got our sample. We've got it on all. So we've got. It's funny how it keeps the slices with the sample. Let's clear all the slices. Okay, there we go. Let's clear that again. Oops. Clear all. What I want to do, I'm going to chop them up, but we can do it with a threshold or into regions. So I'm going to go threshold. Boom. Can you hear that click? And someone said you can do 0 snap. Let's see if that works. Manual regions. BPM. So you still got that clicky noise. Let's clear all the slices again. Let's go to regions. With regions, what it does, it sees how long the track is and then divides it into 16 pads. So look, you've got 16 regions here. We'll have an E on B, see? If you do it with, by example, threshold, let's clear that. Clear all again. If you go by threshold, it will give you more than 16. It's going to look at the threshold of the sample and try and whack it on each point, which I noticed, if you look closely, isn't that accurate. It misses out quite a lot. Hear the clicks. And I do have 0 snap, so theoretically that should be a silent point. But if we zoom in and see, look, it should actually start here. So this is what I generally go in and do. So I tidied them up. So go to slice 1, that's okay. We're going to go to slice 2. I'm going to zoom in, hit start point. It's going to be very fine. Whoa, see, sometimes it jumps around, but that's just a Q-link thing. No, not earthed out, watch. I earthed myself out to the radiator. Okay, so that's the 1 point. See how much off that is there? Still got a click there. As you can see, it's not actually on a 0 point, which is really nice with this. We can go in, whoa, let's go back a bit finer. Shame it doesn't do it. There you go. Ah, this is supposed to jump 1 tick at a time, but you see it jumped quite a few there. So that's what you'd expect when you've got this. Zoom out again because it's just messing it up. If you see here, you can see a change in the waveform. That's where your 0 point should be. So let's see if we can move that there. Very slowly. You could probably do it with your hand more finer. Is it going to let me do that? It doesn't like it. Just 1. 31. See, that's going up 31. I should just got 1. It's going up 10. This is supposed to be going up 10. Right. It used to be easier like that's going up 100ths of a tick. Let's let's go back so we can see it again properly. Right, zoom into there. It should be here, right on that spot. Now I only want to go up one tick, so it's on 11. See, that goes up 20 ticks. It should be one. Supposed to go up in ones, man. Come on. So even with that selected, it's going up. It says 11, 31, 34, 84. That's the trouble, see. That's another. Look, see, it doesn't let you zoom in, so that needs to be refined. Yeah, there we go, 31. We'll leave it on 31 because that's a good one. See here again, if you look closely, it's going to go just in front of that little high point, just here. Zoom in. Maybe if I turn that Q snap off, it will stop that, because that could be causing the problem, because it's snapping to what it thinks is 0. See, now we go up in ones. There we go, that's the problem. So if you're jumping around like that, make sure this 0 snap thing is switched off. And go. Zoom in there, we can just tidy that one up a little bit. So look right to about here. Beginning of the waveform. See here again, it's missed the beginning of the waveform. It thinks that's the 0 point, or it thinks that's the lowest point. Actually, it's over here. This is the beginning of the sound, right there. See that? You can go right down to the lowest point. You won't get any clicks. Yeah, you've got a click at the end. The reason we've got a click at the end, because if you see, zooming on this is special. Go to hear the click. If I go to the next pad, which is where the beginning of the next sample starts and the end of this sample starts, you can see right here, if we zoom in, is actually a wonder it's clicking, because it's actually sitting in the middle of the sitting in the middle. Let's try that again. See, that's some things I find with the 3.4. It's still sample editing section definitely needs work. That's my experience so far. Right, let's move back to the click. Watch. First of all, we'll get rid of the end of the click here. No click at the end of the first pad. Second pad 6. The beginning's gone, but I can hear the end. Listen. Click. That's the trouble, is it? It does indeed. I'm going to do this to all of them. See, that here's the lowest point. Bring it just to the start of the waveform. That's the beginning of the sample. The next section. Click. I can already tell it's way out, so it needs to be over here somewhere. Watch. That's the beginning here. Like you can see the waveform changing. They're all doing it. Probably because it's a similar sound, it's just a bass sound. As you can see, watch, at the end of each sample, see how it's all wiggly? It shouldn't be wiggly, it needs to be flat. If you're going on a hear a click. Zoom right in there, you see this waveform changing from the 0 point. That's about your beginning. Fine tuning, see here. Needs to be about here. Think about there. A little bit more forward, just where it starts to rise. Just go back. See, this one's a bit more deeper, yeah. So we just go back there. So a bit of a click at the front there, just move that up. You can hear the end clicking. So to get rid of your little clicks at the end of your samples, there's a number of ways of doing this. This is one way to get rid of them. See here, if we zoom in, we can see the beginning of the waveform. That's the cross point right there. I think there's someone there as well. I don't know if it goes that far, but I think the notes are repeated. We're not going to. I'm going to get this at the beginning click for you, because if you I've made a click at the beginning of this pad, and this pad to the end. So I'm going to show you another way that you can get rid of that clicking. If you say, by example, your chops do have them clicks and you can't get in fine enough, which you should be able to, because look, it's got a perfectly reasonable size waveform. What you can do is then you go into sample operation, you go into edit program, you go into envelope. For you make sure you've got note on. So make sure you're selecting the pad. Yeah, note on. Because if you don't have note on, you can't edit the sample unless you want them playback thing. So look, hear that? So we can get, first we're going to select that start point, select that 0, make that really low. You can jump across there. So what I've done is I've zeroed decay. Oops. Oh, lovely. I've zeroed envelope, sorry. I've zeroed the decay, the sustain and release, and I've got the attack part. So attack part will show me how much quickly it's going to go in. Now I'm going to go to the release, because this is where you can get rid of your click. Here, click. Now it's on 127, that's the highest of it. Just bring it back. So about 70. See? Got the bass sound in place. And it's got rid of the click. Now if you happen to add a bit of sustain, you probably hear the click again, because it means it's holding the sound open, and the release is how quickly it will let go. So then what you want is 0 sustain, because it's just a bass sound. Same with your drums. If you're only using drums, you don't need an attack and release unless you've got a really long cymbal or bongos or percussion or something. That's when you need to have a look, mess around with your release time and your sustain. You want the sound to keep on going for a while. That's what the sustain part is. And the attack and the decay basically captures and encapsulates the sound in that envelope. Like I say, if I went to 0 here now, sound is gone. Attack is how quickly. So if you've got clicks at the beginning, you can. This means it's basically moving the start point. It's almost moving the start point, but it's not. It's just removing the time that you hear it. So I'm going to put it to about 40, a bit of 40 decay. We said 60 before, didn't we? Maybe a bit more because you're losing a bit at the end. Here, click. Get rid of the click at the beginning just with the envelope and the end. This is what it normally sounds like. Funny, isn't it? There we go. Hope you got value from this. Hopefully it was useful to you. Stay tuned for a few more little handy tips and tricks when it comes to sample editing. That's what I like to do. Lots of sample editing. I don't really teach beats. If you want beats, there are other channels out there for that, which I might do in this version, because it's actually very much DAW-like, DAW-like, this arrangement that we've got going on here at the moment. This is very much DAW-like. Reminds me of Ableton. You know, you can do lots of stuff with it. You know, you could. I really like the way the pads are coloured now. But that's another video. That's a video, my impressions of version 3 over version 2, which I will come along and do that next time. But there again, hope you enjoyed that. That's a good way of sample editing and chopping, getting the right start points, making it sure it's nice and clean, and how to resolve clicks and pops. Thanks very much for tuning in, man. Take care out in the world, and join me next time.